Okay, so picture this. You've just spent weeks on the absolute perfect design. It looks flawless on your monitor. But why did these gorgeous layouts just completely shatter the second they hit a real iPhone on launch day?
We're talking clipped buttons, totally blurry raster images, text awkwardly hiding behind the camera cutout, and just completely broken landscape layouts. Honestly, these daily disasters happen for one main reason. Designers are skipping the foundational rules of the iOS canvas.
So, to fix this for good, we have to master the absolute foundation, and that is understanding the vital difference between points and pixels.
Look, a pixel is just the physical, smallest controllable dot of color on the actual hardware glass itself. Red, green, blue, you know the drill. But here's the secret. We really don't design in pixels anymore. Instead, we use what's called a point. This is a logical design unit that Apple actually invented specifically so you never have to stress about wildly varying physical screen densities. It just maps perfectly for you. The golden rule here? Always design your canvas in logical points, never in raw physical pixels. This brilliant system lets iOS handle all the heavy lifting to scale your app perfectly across devices. And here's exactly how that scaling works out in practice. One logical point scales up into a 4-pixel grid for older models like the SE. But on modern at 3X flagships, that exact same point turns into a massive 9-pixel grid. It's like a built-in multiplier. Now, understanding this scale basically gives you the ultimate cheat code for setting up your design files. This is what we call the blueprint.
And here is the absolute magic number. Literally, if you only take away one thing from this explainer today, make it 390 by 844 points. Setting your base canvas to this precise size perfectly covers 5 consecutive generations of standard iPhones, from the 12 all the way to the 16. Plus, by using flexible constraints like auto layout, this one single base canvas seamlessly flexes up to the giant 17 Pro Max or scales right down to the compact SE. It's literally design once, deploy everywhere. But hey, even the perfect canvas has physical limits, right? So let's talk about navigating the safe area. These are the danger zones you absolutely must respect if you want your app to actually function. Think about how hardware cutouts have evolved, from the classic 2007 bezel to the static notch in 2017, and now that interactive dynamic island. Because this is such a moving target, you can absolutely never place critical buttons in that top center zone. It's a total dead zone for UI. And down at the bottom, you've got to respect the strict 34-point padding rule for the home indicator. No exceptions. If you put interactive buttons down there, your users are going to accidentally swipe right out of your app. That is a guaranteed shortcut to 1-star reviews, for sure. Okay, before you even think about shipping, you need to avoid a few crucial mistakes that instantly scream amateur to your users. Let's hit some rapid-fire best practices.
Number 1, enforce a strict 44 by 44 point minimum for invisible touch targets to stop mistaps. Number 2, make sure to export any raster assets at 1x, 2x, and 3x. Better yet, use vector SF symbols to completely avoid blurriness. And lastly, always support dynamic type so your app respects what the user actually wants for their font size. Let's log all this in with your final QA checklist. You need to aggressively test on the smallest 375-point canvas, then verify the largest 440-point canvas, and always run a pass with display zoom turned on. It shrinks your logical canvas and will instantly break any layout that's too rigid. Well, your knowledge of the 2026 iPhone canvas is basically complete. You know exactly how points, pixels, and safe areas dictate a truly flawless user experience. So the only question left for you is, what incredible app are you going to build next?